everybody. Fantasy Alarm TV. Jeff Mans back with you alongside the Oracle Ray Flowers. Previewing week 3 in the NFL and in fantasy football. And we are, first of all, Ray, did you notice my collar? We have not addressed my collar situation. I think it's pretty rad. I popped the collar this week.
I think rad is the right word. I was thinking, 80s, George Michael, Miami Vice. You're looking pretty good, Jeff.
I want your sex. I want your sex. Something like that.
I don't.
Maybe. So,
No.
like George Michael post Wham, though, right? Because that's key.
Post Wham.
Post Wham before rest stops. Like, that's the sweet spot. The George Michael sweet spot is post Careless Whisper.
So smart?
I don't know. I shouldn't be.
That's exactly
Looking
what I
like
was going
this,
to say. You took the words out of my mouth. You totally ruined it for me. I was going to do the rest stop thing, and there it was.
There you go, the rest stop thing. All right, highs and lows, besides George Michael, who we're both big fans of. I mean, big fan. I mean, who doesn't like that? Absolutely. Highs and lows for week 3, though, Ray. First guy to throw out. Who's high on your list this week? Let me throw out a name, and you decide whether you're high or low on this guy. Andre Johnson going against the New York Giants. Andre Johnson. Remember him?
I do. The last 2 times he's faced that club, he's gone for like 14 and 180, and you look at his performances this year, and he's, 683 through 2 games. Basically the same guy. He averages 6 catches for his career. It's the best number in the history of football for a guy who's played 100 games. Goes out and gets it done. Doesn't matter who the quarterback is. He's always productive. The question with him, Jeff, as it always is he going to get in the end zone? Because he always goes out and catches the passes and gets the yards, but can he get in the end zone this week?
Hasn't caught over 8 touchdowns in 3 seasons. That's obviously a problem. The receptions are there. That's sort of a function of the Houston offense. Arian Foster officially listed as questionable for this game. I think the way they attack the Giants is through the air. That secondary, very, very porous, very weak. And I think this is the game that Andre Johnson turns it on. DeAndre Hopkins was suffering from an illness. Anytime they say illness, I just say diarrhea. It's got to be diarrhea, right?
Of course, absolutely. That must be code.
That's why, officially this week, Ray, I've got a full-on rager for Andre Johnson. I'm excited about it. I'm emphatic about it. Andre Johnson gets in the end zone in week 3. Book it. Rager.
So you're emphatic about Andre Johnson and not the fact you've got a chub.
Oh, no, both are pleasantly good for me, but one happens a lot more. Andre Johnson gets in the end zone a lot less than the old man's Woody.
Good
you know what I'm saying? Which happens pretty often. Let's just be honest. I take a lot of pills. I'm on a lot of medication, folks. It ain't pretty. It ain't pretty down there. Not at all. Another guy to throw out to you this week. What about another receiver, Ray? Alshon Jeffrey, Monday night against the Jets. Everyone's freaking out about the Jets secondary because they allowed so many points to Jordy Nelson and the Green Bay Packers last week. Didn't have a good week 1 either. Jeffrey's been injured. We saw him against the 49ers. He looked like a guy he should have been in the wheelchair, because he obviously wasn't moving correctly. What do you think of Alshon Jeffrey this week?
Well, the last 2 times he's played on Monday Night Football, he's scored. The last 7 times Brandon Marshall's played on Monday Night Football, he's had a touchdown or 100 yards. So if you look at history, it suggests there could be success here. If you look at last week, as you noted, Jeffrey, wasn't at 100%. He's missing practice time again this week. You can't expect Jay Cutler to have 2 straight games where he looks really good and doesn't make any mistakes. The Jets are strong with their front 7. The backfield is a little bit questionable, obviously.
He is so sexy when he's reciting numbers, isn't he, folks? I mean, he's really sexy. It's crazy. This is better than Andre Johnson right here.
There you go. I'm not even looking at anything.
You're stimulating everybody in our audience right now. All 11 people are at full mass.
Yeah, and ladies, I'm single if you're out there at Baseball Guys on Twitter.
He's what they call extremely single.
Thanks, Jeff.
I'm just throwing it out there. Available. He's on the waiver wire. That's what I've heard.
I am on the waiver wire. I'm the number 1 ad on the waiver wire, no matter what your format is. You want to spend.
You're the number 1 ad on Tinder.
Yeah.
You're the number 1 ad on Tinder. You're all in. You're pushing your chips to the front of the table.
I do what I can.
So Alshon Jeffrey, you are starting him this week?
Well, what do you think? The front 7 for the Jets is tough. And is it a health thing with him, or is it the matchup with Jeffrey?
Yes, it's a health thing with him. Just doesn't look right. He looked terrible last Sunday night. Was used more of as a distraction than anything else. Now Brandon Marshall hasn't practiced all week. We know that doesn't mean anything. Marshall's going to go. He doesn't need any more practice time with Jay Cutler. These two are BFFs. They've got a deeper relationship than you and I, right? And that's very hard to beat. So
Marshall, they're number 1 and 2. We're number 1 and 5, right? So we got a little bit
like
of
number
disparity.
6 and 7. Yeah, we're way down there. So, but Alshon Jeffrey just not right. The hamstring's not right now, and I think he will play on Monday night. I don't look for a lot out of him. I don't look for a lot of scoring out of the Bears offense in general. I think the Jets are going to not make the mistake the 49ers did. Keep it on the ground. It's going to limit their opportunities. So I'm low on one Alshon Jeffrey. What about Tom Brady this week going against the Oakland Raiders? Now, I was high on Tom Brady last week against the Vikings. The game worked out kind of how I thought, but not because Brady was doing much of anything right. I'm high. I'm going right back on the horse. On the horse to Tom Brady this week again. I figure if he can't do it against the Raiders, he's not going to do it this year. What do you think?
The Raiders have been pretty decent against the pass so far, but it's
because their run
sample
defense
size.
sucks. When
Yeah,
you got
they're
a
not
swinging gate, yeah.
Yeah, they're not good. Don't mistake what I'm saying. Brady's got a 56% completion percentage. He's not completing anything deep. Now that's some on him, and there are questions because of his advancing age on what he has left at the moment. But I look at the team and I think, look, Dobson's got another week to get healthy. Gronkowski's got another week to get healthy. They got it. They got Ridley now running the football in the backfield with the success. He went over 100 yards and had that touchdown last week. I think it's all starting to come together. I think Brady has been unfairly grouped in with some of these other quarterbacks, the low-level quarterbacks, and people think he's not coming back without realizing, Jeff, that it has so much to do with the supporting cast. I mean, Danny Amendola is not doing anything right now. Kimbrel Tompkins is not doing anything right now. Dobson's just back on the field. The only guy he trusts is Edelman. Gronkowski's playing 40% of the snaps. They got to get healthy around him to give him some help.
Gronkowski's the key there. I think if Gronkowski's right, they've narrowly missed the last 2 weeks on some deeper over the middle patterns of Gronkowski, sort of his patented play. They connect on that this week. He gets scored 2 touchdowns. I really think that's going to happen against the Raiders. This is what they call just a get correct game for me for New England and that offense. I think Tom Brady throws 3 or 4 touchdowns. I think Gronkowski gets 2 of them, and the Patriots win big, obviously, against the Oakland Raiders. Last guy to talk about, what about Le'Veon Bell against Carolina? I'm nervous about this one, Ray. He's looked really, really good in the early going. The problem is these Carolina Panthers, especially their linebacking crew, they can tackle, and they tackle real hard. I'm nervous about this from the Steelers' point of view, and especially for Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, they didn't much of a beat, that Panthers defense. Even without Greg Hardy last week, they'll be without him again this week. Bell, I think, leads the AFC in yards from scrimmage. We know that LeGarrette Blount's not an issue, so let's put that aside. It's all Bell here in this backfield, but this is a very difficult matchup. The Panthers, going obviously back for a good deal of time now, at least through last season, have a stout defense. It's a difficult matchup. Ben Roethlisberger himself hasn't had much success, barely averaging 200 yards passing in the matchups as well. The entire Steelers offense might struggle. This might be one of those games where that Carolina defense steps up and gives that team a real tough time.
That's what I'm feeling as well from the Steelers. Low output game. Bell, obviously, still a startable guy. I have him as a low end 2, sort of mid to low level 2, despite the first 2 weeks of production that he's provided for us. He's a low level 2, in my opinion, this week. If you have other options, I possibly consider benching him. Otherwise, you've got to lower expectations across the board. All right, for Fantasy Alarm TV, it's the Oracle Ray Flowers and me, Jeff Mans. Follow us on Twitter at BaseballGuysForRay, at Jeff_Mans. Go to FantasyAlarm.com for all the latest and greatest in the world of fantasy sports. For the Oracle, I'm Jeff Mans. Till next time, everybody. Night.